Sebastian again. Gonna play a little Mortal Online. Here we are in a Tindrem bank. We're just gonna probably walk around a little bit today. Make sure my microphone's not muted. I know people have been talking a little bit on the forums. I see people wondering about getting out of town, out of Tindrem, because everybody starts here. So we're just gonna, for a second, we're gonna walk here out the main gate. This video probably won't be real long. I might make a trip to maybe Fabernum. But yeah, here would be the main gate, the way out of the town. If you were like, say, going to Medulla, you just shoot off that way, head almost straight out and a little bit to the right, kind of towards the through there, and keep going till you kind of hit the water and stuff. Head out to the right a little bit. You eventually hit Medulla. And Fabernum is actually this way. Now, even though the guards are here just for the purpose of this, you know, the guards walk these roads and stuff, but most generally, as a newer guy, or if you're not looking for conflict, then you're probably not going to want to take the most obvious path, because that's where people are going to be trying to find people. So like right out here, even though there's guards here, it's not as much of an issue, but still. So we're going to make a trip to Fab, but we're going to be kind of paranoid about it. Instead of walking out there in the wide open, right in the obvious area to leave the place. That's how a lot of times I play, more on the paranoid side of things, I guess. I mean, you're going to die and you're going to get killed and stuff in times, but you want to eliminate the risk as much as possible, and loss too as well, by not carrying stuff that you can't really afford to lose. So that's, as a general rule, you don't want to try to take all your stuff, say, from a bank if you're moving to town, and try to just run to another town, because there's a good chance that you're going to just lose everything, which is going to be not a good situation. Me personally, when I leave different towns, I just most of the time, the majority of the time, I just leave everything in that town, because I'll probably be back there anyway. And the way the banks are not connected, and you're limited on space, it's just as good to have everything in the town. In every town, you get stuff spread out that way. You have more storage space. But if you have to have something from one town, in one town that's in another, then, well, yeah, you're going to have to bring some of it. But again, you don't want to take the whole thing and just, risk it all. And when you do it, you want to go the safest route as you can find. See, like, should be familiar. This is just taking me into the garden, which, we're safe in here. Relatively safe. A lot more safe than we probably are out there on the road. So we're just kind of coming. If I would have a bunch of stuff to go to Fabernum from here, then most generally I would go this way instead of taking the road initially. Because a lot of times you get attacked right outside, because that's where people camp, kind of, sometimes expecting people to be coming out of there with stuff. This exit's not used as much, and you can kind of slip around a little bit instead of being in that wide open spot where everybody could potentially just be hanging out waiting for someone to come out with goodies. I'm going to pull out my weapon just to get my stamina to go up a little faster. Take a peek and see where those lictors happen to be out here right now. I've seen him move away. Last time I was here though, he was right in the middle again, so I'm just kind of curious to see where he's at. It's not really an issue, but I'm not seeing him right first off, so might actually be a good thing. Alright. Again, we're just keeping our weapon out so we can gain stamina quicker. You can still run just as fast with your weapon out as the weapon put away, so. And when you're walking, your walk speed's a little slower, but your stamina goes up a lot faster. For some reason or other, I'm getting a bit of lag right now. Hopefully that goes away a little bit after I get out of here, out of Tindrem. If you haven't already done it before, you realized it before, but that this door here opens up when you open the other door into the city. So if I was to log out, this door would be closed, I think. But see, usually if you're running by here, this door would be closed. So right now, this door could be closed for people that are out here, and I'd be kind of safe. And even if someone was to attack me right now or something, or come after me, most likely this door would be closed for them and I could run in here for safety again. Alright, and again, the roads over there, that's going to be the main way that people are going, so that's where people are going to keep an eye out. I like to use hills and the mountains as much as possible. For one thing, it's kind of out of the way a little bit of the normal stuff. And for two, another thing is you're kind of at an advantage because, well, not an advantage, but if somebody's down there, they got to come up the hill. You can always go down, even though it might kill you if you fall too far, but you can always go down, but someone can't always come up. So someone might be down there and see me, but not be able to get up here. You know, they might be able to shoot me with a bow or something, but it'd be harder for them to get up here. Another advantage up here is, over some, is if they have horses, then the horse can't really travel up here. I mean, it can follow them now, the way they got it set up. It can follow, but they don't have the advantage of having the extra speed with a horse, because the horse basically just follows them at walking speed or running speed. So you pretty much take their advantage away from having a horse. So not having a horse, I mean, even if I had a horse following me, I'm still at an advantage to, or not an advantage, but at least I'm not at a disadvantage to somebody. Like if I was out there on them roads out there and all of a sudden a horse guy comes on a horse, he can just run up. He has the speed of the horse to come and attack me. But up here, I kind of take that away a little bit because he can't be riding the horse up here. He can have a horse following him, but he's going to be running just like me. Not to mention if they're down there and they can't come up, well then it saved me. Or if I'm down there, standing there by that building out in that wide open area and someone sees me from wherever, they can just run over there and get me. If somebody's down there and sees me up here, they can't really get to me if they can't get up the hill. So it's almost always to an advantage to find routes through the mountains and stuff if you're on foot. And it's fun anyway to kind of run through the mountains and learn different passes and stuff. Now by all rights I should have went up there and I could have showed you another way into Tindrem as well from Fab. It's a one-way thing though, so coming from Tindrem to Fab doesn't really work that way. Yep, so we're just trying to hug this hill as much as we can, like I said, for the advantage of keeping the horses away, or keeping the horses out of speed, and just making it, you're less likely to even get seen. See, that's another thing that you want to do too when you're considering, like if you're walking, you want to use stuff like cover. See, like if I'm walking in these dips and valleys and stuff, here comes a spider, but I'm actually less seen. For one, this whole side's pretty much covered. You know, when I'm on the hill, the mountain is, no one's going to see me unless they're way up top. And then this little lips and stuff like this, if you're running through them, that's making you not be able to be seen by the people down in there. Now, the opposite of that is if I'm running around up there in that open stuff, somebody's anywhere, especially if they already have the height advantage, the spiders could attack me, then they can see you from clear and run right up to you. So you're more likely to be hidden when you got some cover and stuff, trying to keep cover. Instead of being flat out in the wide open and just running right down the normal path, right where someone would expect people to be. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to get across on this video is how to move around in the world and make it a little safer on yourself, or attempting to make it more to your advantage or less risky, even though there's still chance anyone could be here, anyone could see me and still come and get me. But it's going to be harder for them to come up a hill. If the hill's not allowing them to come up, then I could just be running right here. There could be a guy right down there, but he could see me, but he wouldn't be able to get me without going way around or maybe trying to head me off or what have you. And most likely most of the time they're going to be looking at heavy traffic areas, because why would they want to hang out somewhere that hardly anyone ever goes? They're more likely going to hang out at heavy traffic areas, especially coming right out of the buildings and out of the cities. That's where you're most likely going to find your conflict, is when you're first coming. Like right now I'd be feeling pretty safe, but as I get closer and closer to the city where I actually have to get to the gate, that's where I'm going to worry more and more and more and feel more and more risk at the gate, because that's where people are going to be. They know people have to go in and out through that spot. It's kind of like a choke point. So that's the logical place for them to wait, even though there's guards there as well. But still, if you're going to be spying, then that's the way. Or, looking for somebody, then that's what you're going to be doing. See, now I'm still maintaining concealment as much as I can. It's not cover, really. I'm concealing, I'm being hidden. In this game, though, it's pretty much cover as well, because someone can't really shoot me if they don't see me. I don't think. They gotta have me targeted to be able to shoot me. Unless some wild arrow gets me. And then that might have been a little confusing, but that's pretty much a way to get into Fab from Tindrem. It's not even far. I don't know how much time's actually gone by. It's probably pretty short. But if I keep it short, then I should be able to have a better quality video as well. And then we're into Fab. You can always check my walkthroughs to see how the city is. Right now they got this Christmas thing going on or holiday thing where a building gets burnt every year in Fab. And the goodies that are supposedly in there will wind up being in the town in bags and stuff. I think he thought I was being aggressive because my weapon's out. So sometimes you can run around and see bags laying around in town and just pick them up. But yeah, that's the basic idea. Most of these mountains, even though you might not be able to get to the top of them, you'd be surprised how far you can get on them. Maybe we'll take and do some traveling on this mountain here as well on a different video. But taking the mountains for me, once you get down your paths and stuff, is usually safer because of the, like I said, less traveled and horses are harder to go through there and stuff, and they're not wide open. But yep, here we are. I'm just gonna pop in here and shut this off. Take care.